So, Dane, another debunking of you part two. This is your problem. Y'all claim that Native Americans are some Eurasians and all that stuff. East Asians. Genetically, Native Americans are most closely related to East Asians and North Eurasians. Native American genomes contain genetic signals from Western Eurasia due in part to their descent from common Siberian population during the Upper Paleolithic period. Y'all be calling the so-called fake Native Americans East Asians and Eurasians and Siberians. Now, how the fuck would you know that if you don't deal with genetic DNA? This is from DNA research. Okay? How do you not know that, idiot? If you don't believe in DNA. Y'all say, you, Lotus, Aboriginal TV, Ryman Ton, what's her name? Phoenix Moon, Lotus, what's Lotus? Yeah, Lotus, whatever the fuck, Tyrone, Asila Yona, all y'all sitting over here saying these so-called fake Native Americans, they're fake Native Americans, they're Siberians. How would you know that if you don't deal with DNA? Oh, this is research. Well, dummy, this is based on DNA. Well, we're so-called African Americans. Okay, well, let me show you the genetic again. I can't believe I gotta do this. Again, the ancestry of we're so-called African Americans. The ancestry of us African Americans is predominantly from Niger Kordofanian. That would be 71%. European, of course, we know how that got there, 13%. And other African populations, 8%. Take away the European, throw in the 71% Niger Kordofanian and 8% other Africans, then round it up to the nearest 100. The majority of us are 80% African. Niger would be how we got our Yoruba. Kordofan, that's the Nuba people. Kordofanian, that's in the Sudan. Excuse me, before colonization, that was part of Ethiopia. Oh no, we're gonna go. National Library of Medicine. I don't know what all this is, but this is genetic structure, abstracts from DNA, the genetic structure and history of Africans. We not know Africans and African Americans. We're so-called African Americans. DNA, we're real Native Americans. Well, our DNA is calling you a French toast liar, Dane. Ryman Ton, all y'all. Abo TV, Elro L, Cujo, what's the other clown's name that just got arrested? He ready to go on trial again. Jamal, Kush Day, Bebe with the fast, Tarhaka Bay, all y'all saying we indigenous here. Phoenix Moon, all y'all, we indigenous here. Well, our DNA and this is the majority of our people's DNA. Our DNA is calling you a liar. We're not the same people as Africans. Genetic structure of Africans and African Americans. 71% Niger Kordofanian, 8% other African. Our DNA is calling you a liar. And that's way more than half. Okay? Way more than half. In my case, the 8% would have to be subtracted by 4. Since my dad, he's half Latino, you would have to subtract my other African DNA by 4. Because I am, I don't know what is it with y'all in this, your mom is mixed, your dad's mixed. and they marry a black person or whatever, and all of a sudden you still mix. No, you're freaking not. Stop it. My DNA is 75% African, 25% Latino. The majority of my DNA is Niger Kordofanian. Sorry, but I'm a West and East African. And somewhere, another African somewhere by 4%. That's my admixture. If I go by this. Because this right here tells you don't have to take a DNA test. It's right there in your face. Okay? And people be like, well, we seen your videos. You show pictures. But your DNA is even... No, stop it. Kordofan, that's in the Sudan. That was once part of modern-day Ethiopia. The whole region of modern-day Ethiopia and the Sudan and the South Sudan was called Ethiopia. I don't acknowledge it as the name Sudan. And we all come from Ethiopian people. And let me show you that, because Ethiopians are the most ancient of our ancestors. But let me show you something, since you dummies don't believe what I'm saying is true. Well, DNA test is this, that. Well, let me show you something. Now, this is, I believe she's definitely an Ethiopian sister. The majority of her DNA, Ayantu, she's a beautiful sister, by the way. This is a YouTube video, fair use. I'm just using this. She used 23andMe, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. I want y'all to see something. Sub-Saharan African. Eritrean, Ethiopian. She got Somalia, Sudanese. Where's Kordofan again? The Sudan, which used to be part of Ethiopia? Yeah, that's my sister. You dummies. Take that fez off your head. It's joking your brain's oxygen. She's African. Look at her hair. Oh, they're mixed breed. Pfft, the fuck out of here. You see all that DNA, all that African? Because her facial features and her kinky hair is outgrown. And they can straighten it naturally or let it kink up, which I saw. Like one girl had her hair straight 1 minute when I was in Ethiopia. The next day I saw the same girl. That joint was in a fro like a mug. Shit. Y'all motherfuckers just love putting dumb shit in your head. Look at that. I don't know if I can blow it up. Killing me, phone. I just bought this new thing. Damn. Come on. Consequences of having a new phone, you don't... Well, that's good enough. The horn. All into the Sudan. Told you that was all Ethiopia. They split it. But I'm just showing y'all something. I want y'all to pay close attention to what that says. Sub-Saharan African. Really no such thing, but I want you to pay close attention. There's another Ethiopian sister. And y'all know, if you see my videos in the past, I've defended her from even Pan-Africans that need a goddamn dummy smack. That one chick that was on Dynasty Mir's channel called a girl like her a mulatto. Bitch don't even know the definition of mulatto. Because she thinks she's mixed with Arab or something. Fair use, sister. Fair use. And again, I'm going to show her DNA test. Now, her name is Sister Jordanos. And unlike the other sister who's like 97% African, you know, but she's basically she's Ethiopian. Y'all know it. Y'all saw it. This sister is 100% Ethiopian. And y'all say, oh, she mixed with Arab and all that. She's 100% African. Look at it again. Sub-Saharan African. What this got to do with us? Watch. You gonna see a difference. Oh, really? Now remember, she sub-Saharan. Whoops. Damn it. Hold on. I'm back. Now remember, these are the most ancient people. This is our most ancient modern day version of our ancestors. And this is who we come from. We come from Ethiopians. All of our ancestors that are African people were traced back to Deccan Ari. Alright? What does this have to do with African Americans? Look at her DNA. 100% African. Sub-Saharan African. And here's the other sister, Ayanto. She's Sub-Saharan African, Ethiopian, Eritrean, and Somalian, and Sudanese. What does this have to do with African Americans' DNA? Both of them are Sub-Saharan African. Fair use, my brother. This brother right here I'm not playing the videos. You can watch them yourself. This brother is African American. This is his DNA. West African and all that, yeah. But look at the result. Because this is what y'all don't pay attention to. Does that say Sub-Saharan African? Yes, it French toast does. And East African is in there. Southern East. And East Africans, they all came from Ethiopians. West Africans, they came from Yoruba. Tell you, because we're Yoruba people. He got Nigerian in his blood. Remember, our DNA is 71% Niger Kordofanian. The Yoruba tell you in their traditions they came from the Nile. Everybody from the Nile comes from Ethiopia. Sub-Saharan African. Didn't I tell y'all, if you put 71% Niger Kordofanian plus 8% other African in our DNA, and you round it up, you get 80. He's 84%. Busted again. Dane, Ramanton, Abo TV, Lotus, Cujo, L, Moors, Indigenous, all y'all busted again. Y'all ain't no Indians. We Africans. Again, here we are. Ancestry of our people, African Americans, is Niger Kordofanian. 71% from West Africa, Niger, and East Africa, Kordofan, in the Sudan, formerly part of Ethiopia, and 8% other African. And all of our DNA says Sub-Saharan African. It matches Ethiopian's DNA. So when people try to come at me because I went to Ethiopia, got accepted by Ethiopians, I practice Ethiopian culture. Oh, you don't know that. I will blow you out the door every fucking time with my AK buster. And them feathers will be everywhere. Bunch of suckers, man. You lost. Y'all lost. And again, in case you're not getting the hint, this is our DNA. So when you say we are the real Native Americans, our DNA's calling you a French toast liar. Because it matches, once again, like I showed you, how we match Ethiopians' DNA, because that's your ancestors. Genetic structure of African Americans and Africans. We're African people, and our DNA says so. This is the DNA of Native Americans, East Asian, North Eurasian, and Siberian. Our DNA does not match. The Native Americans' DNA matches this. Our DNA matches from Africa. AKA, we're not Native Americans. Stop it.